Eureka! I found the perfect disease. It's called malaria. Ah, what a great disease. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, you see, it's transmitted by mosquitoes, and it goes to the liver, and then the liver forms these little clumps, and the clumps burst and create new parasitic things that spread throughout the body. Oh! There are 3 types of this disease that just cause flu-like symptoms with chills and shaking and all of those sweet, sweet sicknesses. But I have harvested this blood from a female mosquito, and I am able to have P. falidorium, which is the one disease of malaria that kills. Malaria is a parasitic disease that spreads through the body, through blood, from mosquitoes and other humans. And usually it's only found in tropical and subtropical areas, but I am going to be the one who brings it back to the United States since the 1950s, and I will infect many citizens. Oh, I'm so excited. My plan is finally falling together. I can do it. My first victim. Hi. Come on. Get on the bed! Get on the bed! Finally, my first victim. Help! My first victim. How are you today, my pretty?
What are you going to do to me?
I'm going to inject you with malaria, of course.
Why?
Because I want to kill all of humanity. To die.
Stop struggling.
No! You're making this hard on yourself. Stop it. Get ready to die.
No!
3, 2, 1.
No! Stop!
No! Finally. First patient. One down. The rest of them are out to go.
What the? Oh, get off me! Who are you?
Follow me. Get on the bed. Come on.
How does a fighter?
Doing?
I'm injecting you with malaria. What? You're still alive? You should be dead by now.
I tricked you.
You tricked me. You can't trick someone. You didn't even know I was going to inject you with malaria.
I have sickle cell anemia.
What is that?
I inherited it from my parents. It's a disease. It's a genetic disease that infects the hemoglobin in the red blood cells and causes a certain amino acid not to form. It's the same amino acid that malaria attacks, so it makes it so that malaria can't spread enough to kill.
How do you even have this disease?
My parents descended from Africa, and in places where there are higher populations of mosquitoes, you find more people with sickle cell anemia since it acts as a natural defense against malaria. Because when the malaria attacks the cell, it attacks a specific amino acid, and in people who have sickle cell anemia, that amino acid is either really debilitated or it's not present, so the malaria cannot form enough to kill them. And now you're finding more and more people with sickle cell anemia because as the climate starts to warm and climate change and global warming is taking in effect, there are more places at higher elevations that haven't had more mosquitoes before. They're now having more mosquitoes, they're having higher rates of infection from malaria and death from malaria because natural selection hasn't been able to weed out the genes of people who do not have sickle cell anemia. People in Southeast Asia and Africa aren't dying as much from malaria because they have sickle cell anemia, because natural selection has chosen that gene to be more prominent because it acts as a natural defense against malaria. During natural selection, the people who do not have the gene for sickle cell anemia who caught malaria died before they could pass on their genes, so therefore it was weeded out of the gene pool. That's why the gene pool of the people living in Southeast Asia and Africa now have more recessive genes for sickle cell anemia than places where it's colder at higher elevation where mosquitoes can't live and malaria isn't as prevalent.
I don't understand a thing about what you just said.
Well, you don't have to.
Oh, God! Where do you think we're going, Sonny?